Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before buying any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. Also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options, you definitely are going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. Just to let you know, I am not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and get 2 free stocks. I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and get 1 free stock. Just to let you guys know, I will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, please let me know in the comments and I'll try to get to it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and hit the notification button also so you don't miss out on any new content, okay? And let's get into the market today. Today is April 13th, 2021, and the S&P 500 is up 0.07% today. The Dow Jones is down 0.52%. And the NASDAQ is leading with being up 0.62% today. So we have a mixed day today. Mostly everything's kind of up. Just the Dow Jones is down today a little bit. So let's get into the stock we're going to take a look at today. I wanted to take a look at Draftkings. Today, Draftkings is currently trading at $58.94 at the time of this recording. It is up 90 cents on the day, which is 1.57%. And let's see here. DraftKings has a market cap of $46.42 billion at the time of this recording. And their 52-week high, you could see here on the chart, is going to be $74.38. And they hit that on March 22nd of this year. So not too long ago, just a couple weeks ago, they hit their 52-week high. And you can see they have dropped a little bit in the past couple weeks since they hit that high. They've been on a little bit of a downtrend ever since then. You can see they lost a little bit of value. They're at $58.93 right now. So a little bit of a drop off in the price here ever since they hit that all-time high. And we're going to talk about that, and we're going to map out this support and resistance on the chart. So we'll get into it right here. Okay, so let's get into our chart here. I'm gonna grab a line here, and I'm gonna start at the bottom, and I'm gonna map out real quickly our support and resistance. So I just want to start down here. I'm not gonna really go through all of the support and resistance. I'm just gonna start down here real quickly. I'm gonna go with $35 as a major support area. You could see right here. It kind of consolidated right here before it really took off around September of last year. And you saw it come down after that. I think they did a share offering here and they raised some capital in this area when they went on this big run. And they lost a lot of value. For some reason, they did this offering and they tried to raise capital. And people did not like it and they sold a lot of their shares. Okay, so you could see it came down to the support area at $35 and it bounced off of the support, and you could see since then it doubled after it hit the support. So that's a major support area that we are definitely gonna watch as we go through this, because that's our major support area. So next we're going to come up, grab another line, and we'll see right here, looks like our next support area at about $45 should be our next support. You could see when it came up, it dipped down right here. This was in the beginning of the year in January. You saw a little bit of a dip in price, and right here it bounced off this support area around $45. And it held strong right there. So that's a pretty good support area that we have right there. Let me move that up a little bit. So around $45 is our next major support area for this stock. And you could see it held strong right there and recovered nicely after it hit off that support right there. And the next area of support I already have marked off on our chart, and that's going to be where it's at right now, around $58. Okay, so you can see right here, it kind of came up and then consolidated right around this $58 mark, around 58 to 60 right here. And then it kind of shot up, and then it came back down recently and kind of did a double bounce off of here. So you saw it come down during this correction. Well, not actually during the correction. Actually, it did kind of well during the correction, and you could see it kind of just hung up here for a while around this all-time high, and then it kind of hit this bottom right here on this 58, and it kind of recovered a little bit, bounced off that support, and then it now just recently came down, retested this level in the past couple days, and it's holding up nicely, as you can see on this $58 support. So we're going to see if this holds up. It's holding up so far in these past 2 days. You can see the big sell-off yesterday as it started off around 61.50 for the open, and it closed right around our support at $58. And today you could see the recovery as it opened right here around our 58, and it's recovering nicely as it's all the way up to around $59 already. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, we're going to zoom out here on the daily chart. As you can see, this stock has a very nice looking chart. If you zoom out, looking at this chart from the day they came out on the stock market, or actually they came out as a SPAC, as you can see right here, and then after they merged and everything, after their SPAC, merged and all that, you could see the steady growth that they've had. Look at the chart, looks amazing right here, especially after they did this offering right here and raised this capital. When they came down and hit this $35 support, you could see this thing has really took off, and you could see just the steady growth of this stock has really, it just amazes me right here. This is a very good looking daily chart right here, and I just want everyone to see, if you zoom out, you could just see the steady growth right here, and it just consolidates. You don't see any huge really dip down. It consolidates, and then another leg up. It does come down right here, but then it, another leg up, consolidation, another leg up, and then now it came down, and it looks like it's going to be consolidating right now for another, hopefully a leg up again. So this would be a perfect time, in my opinion, to be buying in. As you could see in the past history, after a big run up like this, it consolidates for a little bit. Like in this area right here on the screen, you could see it'll consolidate, and then it'll have a big jump. And then it'll come down a little bit, just like it is right now. It came down after a big jump, and then it consolidates in an area. It had a little bit of a jump right here, but then it consolidated, and then another big jump right there. So this is, like, in my opinion, a perfect time to buy in. And I'll also come up with another reason why you should buy in also. So looking at this chart, you should also be able to tell one thing right off the bat, what I have drawn on here. Another reason why you should be buying in right now also. And that would be, if you see this green line I have drawn, that's a trend line, okay? That's a positive trend line. You could see the upward momentum and the upward growth that they've had. This trend line starts in November. Actually, let's see. It actually starts October 30th of last year, 2020. That's the first touch I have on my trend line. And it goes till today. Okay, you could see today it bounced off this trend line also. So this thing is jumping off of this. It's following this trend line for the past, let's see, going back to November. So that's about 5-6 months. Okay, so you could see right here, every time it touches this trend line, like in right here would the 1st or the 5th of January, that would have been a buying point. Okay, you're going to want to buy right here, and then once it gets up here, sell. The farthest away from this trend line would be a selling point, and the closer you get to the trend line is where you're going to want to buy. So everyone needs to map this out on your chart, and as long as it's following this trend line, you're going to want to buy when it gets close to the trend line, preferably when it touches the trend line on days like today and yesterday, okay? And then you're going to want to sell the further away it gets to the trend line on days like, when it hit the all-time high over here. You can't really tell when it's getting the farthest away, but you could use your judgment, and when you see it start to turn and go downwards again, that's when you're going to want to sell if you are trading this. But if you're holding for the long term, you just want to buy in at these points right in here, That's when you're going to want to average down or average up if you're averaging up, or average down if you did buy in at these high levels right here. So another thing I wanted to talk about here is, let me switch over to the 4-hour chart, and you could see yesterday and today it's holding support off of the 200-day moving average on our 4-hour chart. You could see the nice bounce off of our 200-day moving average on our 4-hour chart. And that's great to see. You could see the support being held. It bounced off right here on that low point on our trend line, and right around here on the starting point of our trend line. You could see the nice support off of our 200-day moving average, okay? So that shows a pretty good strength right there, that it's holding up strong on the 200-day moving average. So that shows us that our trend line is intact, and it should be a strong trend line going forward. Okay, so this should bounce nicely off this trend line and keep moving upwards, because this is a pretty sharp trend line here. It's not going, it's going kind of on a pretty sharp angle upwards, so you should be able to get some pretty good gains off of this trend line. Another thing I have marked out is this little bit of a downtrend that I have here in the red, and you could see right here it's been on a little bit of a downtrend since March 22nd, okay, but you've lost a little bit of value. I think it was around 15 to 18% in this little bit of time right here, these past couple weeks, from this high to this low right here. But you could see, it came from an all-time high, which was around $75. I think we should mark that off to put our high point resistance, and that's going to be around, let's see, it looks like it's having trouble breaking this point right here around 72. So that's what we're going to be looking at for our all-time high to break through, is around 72. We're going to want to see a close above 72 to move on to new highs for this one. And it's been on this little bit of a downtrend, so we're going to want to see this thing break out of this little downtrend it's been on in the next couple days, because it is coming to a crossing point on our two trend lines. So we'll be watching this by the 20th right here to see if it does come out of this. Whoops, I didn't mean to move that. So I'll be looking at that to see if it, comes out of this downtrend. It shouldn't have any problem to see, because this uptrend is pretty strong right here. So you could see that's what I'm going to be looking for, and you're going to want to watch this thing. You could see that the 50-day moving average and the 21-day moving average is acting as resistance right now in these past week or two. So we're going to be watching that for the break through the 50 and the 21-day. Once it does break through that, you could see back here when it broke through, that's going to act as support going up. Okay, so you could see once it broke through right here, it's going to act as your support going up, just like the 200-day moving average is our support right now. Okay, so once you see it break through here, you're golden right there, and it'll act as your support moving on to newer highs. So hopefully we see that soon, and we should be good on this one. I like to see, this is what I like to see on a daily chart. You like to see this slow and steady growth, you like to see a good trend line like this, and it just keeps going higher and higher. Okay, this is a nice growing company, a very good company to invest in. They're, very big in their sector. So I think they're going to do big things, and I think this is a good buying opportunity if you look at the chart right here. So you guys do what you want to do with it. And I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button so you don't miss out on any new content. And we'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.